Bam, how was first practice like? How was the adjustment? Getting to know Coach Popovich philosophy for the team.
Good first day. Great first day, actually. You know, just over communicating, trying to get everybody in sync. I feel like it was a great day from us being the first day. So for Pop, just learning the schemes, learning the concepts of the USA way and how we want to come together to get a gold medal. It's pretty simple. So everybody can comprehend what he's saying. Everybody can comprehend the schemes.
Thank you. Next up will be Samuel Rodriguez.
Hey, Bam. This is Samuel Rodriguez from New Stitch Media. Going into these Olympics, it seems like you may be the main center on this team. How have you been preparing for this challenge, and are you ready for those long minutes if necessary?
Yeah, that's one thing I do in the offseason. I put my body through the ringer so I can be prepared for, whatever task I have at hand. So, I feel like I'm prepared. I put in the work, and let's ultimate goal is to go out there and get the gold.
Thank you. Well, next up will be Joe Vardone, and then we will go with Josh Moser.
Hey, Bam. Good to see you, and thanks for doing this. Tonight's game one of the finals, and, obviously you were in the finals last year and pushed it to 6 games, and I know this year's playoffs didn't work out. But how tough or strange is it for you today just to be a year removed from the finals and then kind of going into Team USA training camp? But I'm sure part of you, is really kind of missing that experience from last year.
Definitely a crazy thought. Just looking back at it, I had hair, and but for the most part, it's one thing about the year. Throughout the years, you never know what can happen. You never know what type of season you're gonna have, and that showed me anything. Anything can happen in the next year. So that's the biggest takeaway. I'm glad to be on the USA. It's a great opportunity for me.
Next up, Josh Moser, and then we'll go to Ira Winderman.
Hey, Bam, it's Josh down in Miami at Channel 7. You were pretty vocal when you were cut right before the World Championships. You kind of tweeted out, you weren't ready, though, with your dominating tweet. What's the biggest change, and what does it mean to take that next step in the game and be on this roster now, primed for a prominent role?
It was just a chip. I've always excelled when I had a chip or if I had something more motivating me. And, being cut was a motivation to me because, like I said before, I felt like I should have been on the team. So, I'm glad I got this opportunity now. It's time to show why I got this opportunity, and, that ultimate goal is to get a gold medal.
Thank you. Ira, you're up, and then we'll go to Jerry Tipton.
Bam, obviously you're in a little bit of a different place in your career. When you were there even a couple of years ago, you were sort of the young neophyte player learning from other guys. Since then, you've been an all-star. You made an all-defensive team. Do you sort of feel now you're in that transition, even though you're only 23, that you're sort of moving more toward veteranship and maybe even sort of mentoring younger players on the select team? In other words, is this sort of a transitional point for you? Thank you.
Ira, you always come with the difficult questions.
Sorry.
I wouldn't say more of a vet. I would just say I'm transitioning to like a 5-year player, 5th-year player, so I can help the players that are in year 2 and year 3 because I went through it. So I wouldn't say vet yet, but when we get to like year 6 or 7, then I might transition to vet. I still think I'm one of the young ones still.
Thank you.
Jerry Tipton, you're up. And then we'll go to Zora Stevenson.
Yeah, Bam, I'm wondering how Kentucky contributed to your development from then to the position you're in now.
It showed me how to be held accountable. And that was the biggest thing, you know, Coach Cal emphasized in practice and games, always be held accountable, because at the end of the day, y'all are on the floor, it's y'all responsible, and y'all got to get the job done. So accountability is the biggest thing that I took from Kentucky. And, you know, it's got me this far because I take a lot of account for certain things that happen on the court or how we're playing.
Good luck. Thanks.
Zora, you're up, and then we'll go to Christus. You'll be up second on deck.
Hi, Bam. Congrats on being an Olympian. There was a video going around the other day of Zach just like practicing what a travel is in the NBA versus international basketball and just that first step. I'm wondering how much you have sought advice about just the differences in rules, how excited you are that you can kind of stay in the lane, just the differences with the NBA and international basketball.
It's going back to, you know, just strictly preschool fundamentals. You know, in the league, you can get away with certain tricks and certain travels, but, you know, in the international world, you have to be fundamental. And that's the biggest thing. My coach, well, my mentor, he's taught me the game since I was 12. So, you know, going to ask him a couple of questions. He's dealt with guys that's been overseas, guys that's, you know, are in the international world. So just going back, picking their brains and also picking his, and getting in the gym and just learning the technique.
Christos, you're up, and then we'll go to John Weatherspoon.
Hey, Bam. Hope you're doing well.
What's up, Chris?
I'd like to ask you, how big deal for you is to win the gold medal with USA national team in Tokyo, and what it means for you to represent your country and wear this uniform?
Means a lot. You know, I get to wear USA across my chest and just go out there and compete against the different countries and get to see a different side of the world also. So it's a great opportunity for that. But it'll be great to get the gold medal, just because, you know, I'm not only representing, you know, the USA, I'm representing my family, you know, my team, my city, and everybody's counting on you. So it's a big responsibility.
Thank you. Go ahead, John.
Business on your team and say selection. How's it for you personally to be playing with great coaches as Eric Spoelstra and Pop?
Say it again.
How's it for you playing with great coaches as Eric Spoelstra and Pop?
This is great. You get a different point of view. Coach Spo is he's coaching the select team, so we're gonna be playing against him. So it's gonna be good to just see him running different schemes against me, and us running different schemes against him. So it's gonna be a great competition, because in practice, me and Spo go at it in different ways. But, you know, picking Coach Pop's brain, you know, he's one of those coaches. He's just like Spo. You know, he's a competitor. He's over competitive, and that's what I love about those two.
Thank you. Let's go to Lauren Walsh and then Sean Hyken.
Hi, Bam. Lauren Wallace from WXII in Winston-Salem. I see you have the North Carolina chain on, so I wanted to ask you what exactly you'll be representing when you step on the floor for Team USA, especially through the lens of North Carolina and High Point. Thank you.
I'll be representing the 252 from North Carolina. And, you know, if you're from North Carolina or if you're familiar with North Carolina, you know, a lot of times we go by area code. And, you know, I'm from the 252. So when I step on the court, I've always got 252. And, you know, it runs through my blood, it runs through my veins. And it'll be real special to bring back a gold medal to 2x2.
Thank you. Sean, go ahead, and then we'll finish up with Anthony Ching.
Bam, usually during these Olympic or World Cup tournaments, there's kind of a lot of, you know, whether it's LeBron, Bosh, and Wade back in the day, or, you know, in 2010, some guys, or 2012, like there's always some kind of, you know, guys on these Olympic teams getting, you know, trying to convince other guys to like, yo, you should come to my team. Like how, like, especially this year with free agency kind of being after the Olympics, how much of that kind of like trying to get guys and recruit guys? How much of that kind of stuff do you think there's going to be during this tournament with you guys?
I don't know. I feel like everybody will have their fair share since we're going to be around each other so much. But, for me, just out here competing. At the end of the day, I'm going to end up becoming close with a lot of these dudes. So you never know what could happen.
Hey, Bam. Obviously, with the Heat, you have a very specific role, whether it be dribble handoffs or working in the high post. Do you think this Team USA experience will help you kind of explore other areas of your game, and how beneficial do you think that could be? Thank you.
Very beneficial because, we got a lot of scores, and, guys want to pass the ball. So, I don't know what type of role I'll be in yet. I'll figure it out, and we'll go from there. So I'll let you know later on.